Okay, so I'm answering Megan Briley's question here on significant figures. So she found a question on one of the PAL session questions. I'm not sure which ones, I'm afraid. But it was write the sum of 8.9 plus 5.3714. And there was some confusion here. I don't know whether it's during the session or whether you go through it again, Megan. But the answer given to that question is 14. Whereas if you were to follow the instructions that were given in Andy's lecture, it would be 14.3, and which is correct. Okay, so Andy's already responded, I believe, and said it was 14.3, and he does go through it in the lecture. But why I'm so keen to answer this question is because it does highlight something that we never actually say very often when we're talking about significant figures, and that's because most of the time when we've looked at significant figures, we've either multiplied them or divided them. And if you multiply or divide, then we always say, okay, well, it's like the weakest link in the chain. Your answer you express with the least number of significant figures used to calculate it. So if I was to multiply 8.9, that's two significant figures, by 5.3714, that's 5. My answer I'd express to two significant figures. Okay, it'd be 40 something. Okay. But when I'm adding them together, this is really important. When I add them together, let's actually do that. 8.9 plus 5.3714. Cancel that. 8.9 plus 5.3714. Right, 14.2714. I'm just going to write that out. Say 14.2714. 14.2714. Okay. So if I was to be multiplying this, if I had multiplied that together, I'd say, right, it's got to have two significant figures. So the answer's got to be just 14 on its own. I round down the 2, and it becomes 14. Okay, that's wrong, unfortunately, when you're adding together, because there's an extra rule when you're adding things together, and that's you only consider the significance of the numbers after the decimal points. So I'm going to express my answer, but I'm going to express it with this number of significant figures after the decimal point. So how many significant figures are after the decimal point? There's only one, there's a 9, okay? So I don't care what my answer is here. Whatever I write down, remember it's 14 points, I'm going to write it down with one significant figure after the decimal point, okay? So in that case, I'm going to round my 7, so round my 2 up to a 3, okay? And that is the answer if I'm adding, okay? So please try and remember that. If you're adding the numbers together, only consider the significance of the numbers after the decimal point. Especially when you go, because the reason why it's confusing here is because you've actually gone up another order of 10 here. So you've gone up from 8 to 14. I hope that answers the question. So the answer is 14.3.